ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Jesus Christ, the way, the truth, and the life. Amen. Glory to God. Thank you, God, for Jesus. Thank you, Father.
Little Rock, Arkansas.
He gave me thumbs up. He is very polite. God bless him.
Yeah. Lots of
strong man. Got a woman.
Yeah, woods.
And he's courteous.
Yep.
Strong American. There's a house on that hill over there.
Yeah.
It's hard to get a good picture. Lots of shadows.
And then the trees.
And the trees.
Pure silver Morgan gold, and with limited quantities,
You
you
the
must call now. To learn
No,
more,
it's
call
not.
1-800-973-3098. Plus, you'll receive a free bonus paycheck. New and improved, a $25 value free with every
Yeah,
order.
with
Call
cargo.
1-800-973-3098 now to secure your new 2023 Morgan silver dollars before they are gone. That's 1-800-973-3098.
Your marriage has ended and divorce is inevitable. You need an experienced and assertive family law attorney from the law firm of Bailey & Gallion to protect your rights. The emotions that come with a marital breakup can make it difficult to objectively determine what's in your best interest. You want proven family law attorneys to help you make the right decisions.
Another
about custody,
mountain.
visitation, support, and property distribution. The law firm of Bailey & Gallion will help you protect your vital interests. Call now for a free initial consultation with a family law attorney near you. 1-800-LAW-OFFICE, serving Dallas, Fort Worth, and throughout the state of Texas for over 40 years. Call 1-800-LAW-OFFICE or visit our website at
Do you think this is the highest mountain?
Let Bailey & Gallion, the official law firm of the Texas Rangers, solve your legal puzzle. Call 1-800-LAW-OFFICE, 1-800-LAW-OFFICE, or thetexasattorney.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
See what this turn up here
Interact
looks
with us on Facebook, as well as on Twitter
Mountain
at
again?
570 KLIF. This
Oh, no.
is Real News and Information 570 KLIF. KLIF.com.
Wow, mountain.
Here's our turn. Another turn.
That was
Slowly.
fascinating conversation, I thought. I wish we had more time to go deeper, because I had a few follow-up questions on each of those things. But we just had Vivek, like cake. Hey, like cake. People are saying it, Vivek, so much that I even started to question myself. That's why I led with, please verify. Vivek, like cake. Yes, that's it.
You knew this because you had him on long before he was running.
And I asked him, and he said Vivek like cake.
Exactly. And, you know, we had him on. It's interesting to see him kind of explode.
No signal.
Station dropped.
Yes.
Happens.
We are in the mountain.
I think he's old enough to be president. He might not like some of the policy proposals he puts out there. But look, he's number one. He's really good at this. I mean, we've seen candidates over the years who have tried to communicate conservative principles and have done 1/10 of the job that Vivek Ramaswamy does on this stuff. He's really good at this stuff. He's good at running for president. He's going to be difficult to deal with in every one of these debates for these other candidates. And the other thing is, he really does have something to add to this conversation. He does come from a different perspective. He's a smart guy who does have a lot to add to this conversation. Whether you think he should be president of the
actually
United
ran a
States is another
business.
story.
He
You might
built
like Trump better. You might like
businesses.
DeSantis better. You might think
So he knows the
he's too young.
economy.
There's a
Knows how
million
it's
things
supposed
you
to
can come
work.
up with. But like, I would love to get to a point
Yeah.
where
Oh,
primary
what's
season
my-
wasn't the dumbest season.
Going to a high mountain.
Every single time you
Going
disagree with somebody who you disagree with on 95% of
Yeah,
stuff,
you're gonna get lots
you have
of
to
twists
freak
and
out with
turns
and
here.
call them communists
See that
or
on
fascists
Yes.
or whatever. It's like,
Yeah.
Oh no,
we have a
no.
wide menu of candidates
That's a-
that go
oh
from
my.
very, very conservative to libertarian leaning to very moderate. And that's a good thing. Look at these people and make a decision based on what they're doing and what they say they want to do with the country. And
Here we go again.
anybody who likes another candidate,
It's like that other passage.
we're in the middle of the Cold
Yes.
War.
I have to tell you, I
Yeah,
don't
the-
think that there was a single person on that stage, well, except for the guy from South Dakota, North Dakota, because I just don't know anything.
You don't know anybody. He has a good
Yeah.
record as governor. He's very popular there.
I don't know. I'll have to look into it.
Okay.
But anyway, I'd vote for any of them. I don't. There's many that I don't. I don't want to vote for ASA. I really don't want to vote for Chris Christie. But I will vote for them as opposed to anyone that is a part of what is happening right now. They are. The other ones will just give us more time, maybe
Yes.
4 more years. But at that
Okay.
same time,
Lots of like
this is what is
this.
at stake. This particular election, I think. We are deciding right now whether what George Bush told me in the Oval Office, 2005, 6,
Oh,
somewhere in that area, he said, it was the day Barack Obama said, I just fly jets into Pakistan and I bomb Pakistan. And I thought, that's not good. That's an ally right now.
I
That's
didn't
not good.
expect it.
And I said that to the president. He said, to try to reassure me, he said, Glenn, don't worry. No
How
matter
many
who
minutes
sits
going
behind
there?
this
30
desk, they'll have the
36.
same advisors, the same advice, and they'll realize they don't really have any other choice than this one. And I walked out going, that was terrifying. Why do we have a president then?
Did it make you feel better?
No, it didn't make me feel better. And this is what Donald Trump did. He said, yeah, I've seen what you guys have advised us into, and no thank you. I'm going this way. We are deciding whether, and the 3 that I think would actually make a difference, and I'm not, I want you to know, I
trust you to make the decision. I have my own opinions. I'll know who I'm going to vote for in the end, and I'll vote for him, just like you do. I don't want to influence your decision. I just want to bring you the information because I trust the American people. So I look at these guys. I'd vote for any of them, but there's three of them that I would go, yeah, okay. Be happy to pull the lever. And all of them have one thing in common. They are challenging the system, the entire system. Now, whether they actually get in there and do it and close the Department of Education, I don't know. I didn't think Donald Trump would ever make Jerusalem the capital of Israel officially. Never thought that would happen, but he did. And the only thing that changes our course and gets us off the course of total destruction is one that cleans house in administration. A president who becomes all-powerful, makes his administration even more powerful, does not help us at all, because the next one that gets in is just going to, reverse all of the edicts, and everybody in the administrative state will fight against that president like they did with Donald Trump. So we are deciding right now balance the power and put the power of lawmaking back into the hands of Congress where it belongs. Get rid of this all-powerful state, and I do want a powerful president, but I want a powerful president that deals with the administrative state. That's his realm. The president needs to say, gone, these are gone. I'm firing these people. Now, I don't know if we can, that's, you have to fill probably 4,000 to 10,000 jobs as a president. I don't know if you can fill all those people without having bad people get in.
It'd be very difficult.
Very difficult.
And look, I think, Ramaswamy has his strong points. I think he'd probably be pretty good at putting together an organization like that. He's done it, obviously, in the private sector as well.
It's hard.
It's hard, though. But, again, I think it's hard for any of them.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the background of thinking about government all the time, and having all those relationships. Probably a good thing, as, maybe a lot of people would argue that Donald Trump had that going in.
Right.
But, you look at Ramaswamy and you say, okay, he's the type of candidate, I think he's good enough at this, as far as running for president. I thought his debate performance was actually,
I think he did
than
a
I
good
thought it would
debut
be,
for Donald Trump.
knowing him.
Because he was a little
He was a little over the top, maybe a few train wreck goals before the event. I think he was so worried about, I need to make an impact because no one knows who I am,
Right.
that he came out essentially loud and tried to do that.
Yes.
And didn't realize that all the other candidates apparently decided they were going to come after him.
Yeah.
So it made it very easy. I've talked to a couple people who said, I kind of found him annoying in the debate. But when I've seen him in interviews since and said, I really like him. He's really smart. He's really quick. And there's a lot to like there. On the other hand, we have to get to a point where we can look at these people and say, hey, let's say Donald Trump wins the president. He's obviously the heavy favorite to win the nomination. Let's say he becomes president. Someone like Vivek would have something really important to offer to that administration.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need to make them into the enemy.
That's why I don't like the feud between DeSantis and Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Stop it. Don't do that.
It's silly.
We need each other.
You have to be able to criticize someone you're running against for president. You should be able to say,
But not
hey,
destroy them.
I have this problem with Donald Trump's administration. Trump should be able to say, I have this problem with the way DeSantis has run Florida. That should all be on the table. It gets idiotic this time of year because everyone gets on their teams.
So,
And I saw some of this done in reaction to your Trump interview, actually. Because people who like maybe DeSantis or like Vivek were like, well, you didn't go hard enough on Donald Trump. Why did Glenn, your interview, I think, you say this, was much more difficult on Vivek than it was on Trump. Now,
I went harder on Vivek because that's what I was going for.
Right.
Donald Trump, first of all, anyone that can navigate 9 minutes with Donald Trump and get 4 questions in, you belong in the Radio Hall of Fame. Okay? You don't have any idea what it's like to have 9 minutes and 4 questions, and you're talking to Donald Trump. I got 4 questions in.
Yeah.
And I didn't go hard. I mean, I thought I asked him some really revealing questions. They weren't tough, but they were not softballs. Hey, how'd you feel about the bad guys? Wasn't that. However, I saw a line, a lot of people are saying, you weren't tough on Donald Trump on COVID. Well, for 2 reasons. One, I've already done that in an hour-long sit-down with him.
Already done that interview.
I've done that interview, and I'll do that again because I think there's some follow-up on it. But when you have the President of the United States in the news for being booked, the first one to be booked, and it's the next day, that's the topic of 9 minutes.
That is
Of the
a
things
church.
that come
that
off
one,
of
right?
that.
Yep.
I will ask him more
That's
about
supposed to be a
vouching
church.
and COVID, but I also am more interested
Yeah, it's a
in
church.
what is he going to do in the future. Now that you see what happened to you, what happened to the country. If there was ever another pandemic, what would you do? Would you ever do those things again? Where did it go wrong?
He seems to be saying the answer to that would be no. I mean, he's saying we will not comply with these regulations.
Correct.
That a lot of people point out. He was very supportive of many of them at the time.
Right.
And look, those are, but that's the type of thing that a primary is for.
Right.
We talk about conservative principles all the time. It's easy to say conservative principles are better than what Joe Biden is doing. Well, the interesting part of this process is to be able to look at each individual's approach to these things and try to decipher which one you think is best. And you know,
not just that.
But blood sport.
Not just that. If you can trust,
If you can trust them, if you can believe them, well, do they have the record necessary to earn your support? People like to be. I don't like the idea of talking about loyalty when you're talking about your vote. They need to earn your freaking vote. Every one of these guys needs to go out there, including and ladies, Mickey Haley, has to go out there and earn your freaking vote.
Yep.
It's not theirs to lose. It's yours to give. And so looking at this process as something where you are able to keep your mind open and listen to these people and not make it seem like it's, Eagles Cowboys, that's not how this should feel. It should feel like you're trying to understand which one is better. Obviously, the Eagles Cowboys example, the Eagles are better.
And I will tell you, we have great candidates. And America